Hello, this is Oliver from the Brave Souls team. Today, I'll be introducing 3 characters from the 1000-year Blood War Zenith summons Inhumans, which will be released on the 31st of May. The first character in this summons is Toshiro. Toshiro is a speed attribute character with Hollow Killer Plus. His soul traits are strong attack damage plus 20% and strong attack recharge time minus 12%. He is a ranged, strong attack type character whose attacks can all inflict freeze plus. His innate skills are Sprinter plus 1, Havoc 20% and freeze resistance 100%. Plus, he has the EX move forward facing super wide range attack. Here's a list with the rest of his skills. Now, let's see this character in action. Toshiro can inflict freeze plus with all of his attacks, allowing him to restrain enemies he inflicts with it. Also, thanks to the plus type status ailment effect, he can stack freeze plus on top of other status ailments, maximizing the impact of status effects. Plus, with his EX move forward facing super wide range attack, he unleashes an attack across a very wide area in front of him. By strategically positioning himself when activating it, he can deal damage to multiple enemies simultaneously. Not only that, but he has damage to frozen enemies 80% and status ailment spiritual pressure boost 80%, which allow him to deliver devastating damage to frozen enemies and boost his spiritual pressure temporarily after inflicting a status ailment. He also has Soul Reaper Resonance increase strong attack damage 10% to increase the strong attack damage of himself as well as fellow Soul Reapers, making him an excellent addition to a Soul Reaper lineup. But that's not all. He comes with 2 powerful soul traits, strong attack recharge time minus 12% and strong attack damage plus 20%, which can be shared with other characters through character links. Finally, Toshiro has Hollow Killer Plus and the formidable skill Poise Break except Brave Battles, giving him an edge in Guild Quest or Limit Breaker quests with Hollow Killer or increased range damage rules, as well as high difficulty quests with enemies that have Poise. Next, let's look more closely at his attacks. Here are the normal attacks. His normal attacks are a string of 4 ranged attacks. Now for the strong attacks. First strong attack surrounds the character and attacks forward. Here is the second strong attack. Strong attack 2 gathers enemies in front of the character and inflicts damage. Here is the third strong attack. This attack goes full screen. Finally, his special move, Heartless Assault. And that wraps it up for Toshiro. And now for Mayuri. Mayuri is a heart attribute character with Squad 0 Killer Plus. His soul trait is strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He is a melee strong attack type character whose attacks can all inflict paralysis plus. Also, he possesses the enemies defeated bonus, which activates different bonuses depending on how many enemies he has defeated. His enemies defeated bonus is Team/Party, increased damage to status ailment affected enemies 20% after defeating 30 enemies. His innate skills are Sprinter plus 1, Havoc 20% and Marauder. Here's a list with the rest of his skills. Now, let's see this character in action. Mayuri can inflict Paralysis Plus with all of his attacks, allowing him to stop the movements of enemies he inflicts with it. Also, thanks to the plus type status ailment effect, Paralysis Plus can be inflicted on enemies already afflicted with another status ailment, pushing their disadvantage further and allowing Mayuri to exploit that weakness. He also has other high value skills such as damage to paralyze enemies 80% and status ailment spiritual pressure boost 80%. Combined with the enemies defeated bonus Team/Party increased damage to status ailment affected enemies 20%, which is shared to allies without any conditions, Mayuri is well equipped to deal immense damage to enemies he has inflicted with Paralysis Plus. But that's not all. He also has increased status ailment chance against Soul Reapers and can inflict Paralysis Plus with his third strong attack, allowing him to prevent enemies from harming him while he is attacking them. Since he also has Bombardment plus 1 and weakened defense, he excels at inflicting massive damage with his special move. Finally, Mayuri has Squad 0 Killer Plus and skills like Frenzy in Guild Quest plus 3, increased melee damage in Guild Quest 30%, and increased killer effect in Guild Quest 50%. This means that Mayuri comes into his own in Guild Quest with Squad 0 Killer and increased melee damage rules. Next, let's look more closely at his attacks. Here are the normal attacks. His normal attacks are a string of 4 melee attacks. Now for the strong attacks. Strong attack 1 deals damage straight ahead. Here is the second strong attack. Strong attack 2 deals damage around the character. Here is the third strong attack. This attack sets a status ailment trap and gathers enemies while inflicting damage. Finally, his special move, Inquisitive Mind. And that wraps it up for Mayuri. And now for Rangiku. Rangiku is a speed attribute character with Hollow Killer Plus. Her soul trait is Team/Party, normal attack damage plus 25%. She is a ranged, normal attack type character whose second strong attack provides a barrier, while the rest of her attacks can inflict Lacerate Plus. Her innate skills are Sprint plus 1, Freeze resistance 100%, and Dodge Hollow damage 50%. Here's a list with the rest of her skills. Now, let's see this character in action. Rangiku can inflict Lacerate Plus with all her attacks except for her second strong attack, allowing her to prevent her enemies from using their strong attacks while dealing continuous damage if successful. As a plus type status ailment, Lacerate Plus can be stacked with other status ailments to cripple your enemies with multiple disadvantages. Also, her second strong attack is a barrier technique that, combined with multi-barrier plus 2, allows her to shield both herself and her allies with multiple barriers to fend off enemy attacks. Rangiku also has the new and powerful soul trait, Team/Party, normal attack damage plus 25%, enabling her to increase the damage of her own and her allies' normal attacks unconditionally, a valuable trait for any team composition. But that's not all. Her skill, Soul Reaper Resonance, normal attack damage 10%, increases the normal attack damage of Soul Reaper affiliation allies that she accompanies on quests, making her an excellent addition to a Soul Reaper lineup. Finally, Rangiku also has a variety of skills that enhance her performance in Guild Quests, such as Flurry in Guild Quest plus 2 and Hollow Killer Plus. These help to ensure she shines as a non-controlled character in these quests, especially those with Hollow Killer and increased range damage rules. Next, let's look more closely at her attacks. Here are the normal attacks. Her normal attacks are a string of 4 ranged attacks. Now for the strong attacks. Strong attack 1 deals damage straight ahead. Here is the second strong attack. Strong attack 2 deals damage around the character. This attack also provides a barrier. Here is the third strong attack. The third strong attack surrounds the character and attacks forward. Finally, her special move, Marionette of Ash. And that wraps it up for Rangiku. And those were the character intros for the 1000-year Blood War Zenith summons Inhumans. As already mentioned, this summons will be available from the 31st of May, so check it out when it comes out. See you next time, bye!